Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to a new episode of Cole's Snack Attack. And today we are going to try this Frostie's root beer. So this was gifted to me by DJ from Industrial Industries World Radio. So thanks again, DJ. This soda is apparently the brand Frostie is from 1939. And they produce things like root beer and other various sodas. I have never heard of them before. This is a totally new brand for me. I know nothing really about them other than what I've seen on the internet. So don't know what to expect for this. However, Industrial Industries World Radio did make a video about this. And he said that he has seen this soda before, but he's only seen it in glass bottles. So the reason why he purchased these is because it's the first time he's seen them in an actual can. And like I said, for me, I have never seen this soda before, never seen the glass bottles or the cans. So it's going to be a new experience for me. So let's go on and open it up and do the pour test. Okay. So, all right, pour test. Let's get started. Lots of carbonation, always a good sign. All right, so there you have it, is our Frostie's root beer. Let's go on and do a smell test on this, okay? Yeah, right off the bat, it just smells like your standard root beer. I mean, what are the most common root beers out there? There's Barks, there is Mug, I think there's Dad's root beer, right? Those are the three most common root beers that you usually think of. I mean, there's more out there, right? But just for me, those are what I think of. And this really smells about the same as all of those root beers. So anyway, let's go on and try it out and see what it tastes like, okay? So Frostie's root beer going down the hatch. So this one is pretty interesting. It does have a distinct flavor from those other very common root beers that I mentioned. So right off the bat, I would say that, so like I said, your common root beers, Barks, Mug, Dad's root beer, those root beers, in my opinion, tend to have kind of like a pretty creamy kind of flavor to them. This one doesn't really have a creamy flavor to it. However, I would say that this is significantly more sweet and more syrupy than your average root beer that you would find like at your average, normal convenience store. This one does have a different flavor. It's definitely more sweet and sugary. And I like it. Actually, I like it quite a bit. I have to say, usually for root beer, I like Mug because to me, it seems to be the most creamy, and I like that creamy aspect of root beer. Now, this one doesn't have the cream. It's totally different. However, if you remove the cream aspect from the equation and you focus on just the flavor of the root beer, I think this actually has a little bit better flavor than like Mug or Barks or anything like that. So yeah, just that base root beer flavor is really, really good in this product. I have to say, I really like this a lot. Now, if I were to compare this Frostie's, let's say I have two choices. I have a Mug, which is my usual favorite root beer, and a Frostie's. I would still probably choose the Mug over Frostie's, just because I like that kind of creamy, foamy aspect of Mug, which is missing in the Frosties. However, if I could have the best of both worlds, I would have the base flavor of this root beer combined with the kind of creamy, foamy aspect of mug. And I think that would create kind of like the perfect root beer, in my opinion. So overall, I am a big fan of this. I would recommend it to you. I think the flavor is really, really great on this. Now, for a rating, I think for a rating on this, I'm going to go pretty high. I'm going to give this an 8.5 out of 10. So 8.5 out of 10, I think is a very fair score for this. Maybe even on a good day, I would give it slightly higher. But yeah, I think 8.5 is a pretty good score for this. Really, this is a great product. So thanks, DJ, for hooking me up with this. I appreciate it. So everyone, thanks for watching this episode of Cold Snack Attack, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.